Hello and good day, my fellow travelers and backpackerinos. Welcome to yet another episode of Around the World at the Speed of Mike. Recently I did a video about the cheapest way to fly around the world that was based on prices from January 2018. I was recently looking for fall of 2018 and found something way cheaper. The other video was about 760 US dollars, I think. This one is 547 US dollars to fly around the world over 3 flights to 3 destinations, basically. San Francisco to Thailand to Sweden. This is a good trip if you have kind of a shorter amount of time and you haven't been to those places, or even if you have, they're awesome destinations. This trip is time sensitive, so it's going to take 2.5 weeks to complete, and it has specific dates that you need to fly on. And it'll start on October 19th, 20th, or 21st. Leaving from San Francisco, it's going to head to Phuket, Thailand on China Eastern Airlines for 243 US dollars. I found that on Kayak, so the price is kind of vary from what time of day to day by, I don't know, a few dollars, maybe several. On that airline, it's going to stop in China for a layover at some point, possibly twice. One I found was a 17 or 18 hour layover in Shanghai. To me, I think that's awesome because that's the perfect amount of time to just kind of like head out, take a break, and check out the surroundings, get a taste of China. Otherwise, if you were to actually get a Chinese visa, it costs 140 US dollars. But China has this thing where if you're on a long layover, you can step out of the airport without a visa. You can do that from either 24 hours, 3 days, or 6 days. I don't know who has a six-day layover, but whatever. Once you get to Phuket, it's this really pretty cool island or peninsula. I guess it's an island. You'll want to stay on the western side. That's where the best beaches are. The next destination is going to be Krabi. And I think the best way to do that is, after spending some time in Phuket, take the ferry to Phi Phi Island. That is where they filmed the movie The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio. If you haven't seen that movie, you've definitely seen pictures of this place. It's just super gorgeous beaches, super clear water, giant spire, limestone rocks sticking out of the water. And from there, continue on another ferry to Krabi. And with the buses from the airports and stuff, that whole entire trip is going to cost $35 about, I think. From Krabi, you'll take a Norwegian Airlines flight to Stockholm, Sweden for 116 US dollars. And this will leave on November 1st, 2nd, or the 8th. If you do leave on the 8th, you're only going to have 1 night and 1 morning to see Stockholm, and that's really not worth it, so for the time being, we'll leave that out. Stockholm itself isn't really a budget destination, so if you are on a budget, you'll probably want to take a Ryanair flight to neighboring Poland or one of the Baltic countries. I've flown some Ryanair flights that go to Poland for $10, so basically $20 round trip. You can head to another country and hang out there for way cheaper. But once you're back in Sweden, on November 9th, you'll take a WOW Airlines flight to San Francisco. It's going to have a layover in Reykjavik for 2 hours. Unfortunately, that's not enough time to get out and see anything. But once you're back in San Francisco, you just flew around the whole entire planet for $547. To reiterate, the cheapest way to actually do it is spending most of your time in Thailand and taking that November 8th flight to Stockholm. But it's really not worth it because, like I said, you're not going to have enough time there. The only reason it would be worth it is just for the sake of saying that you flew around the planet. And in and of itself isn't really something I'd recommend doing. So otherwise, it's going to be a stopover in China, a week and a half in Thailand, and then a week in Europe. And I think that's worth it for that much money. I mean, that's basically cheaper than a lot of round-trip flights to either Europe or Asia. And you get both in this one. So, I don't know, variety is key for me. It's not for everybody else, but I think that's a pretty good deal. If you know anybody who'd be interested in this, send them this link for sure. If you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll send some new ones out. Just keep in mind this trip is time sensitive, so you'll have to book it within a month of the creation of this video. Preferably sooner, as soon as you see it, basically, but